Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman, and I am with the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and we're about to play some baseball here today. So nice to see you. I've got the coffee brewing, and I'll be back with the lineups in just a bit for the Washington Senators at the Minnesota Twins in our 1969 replay. Stand by, please. Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman here in Minneapolis for the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We have a ball game between Washington and Minnesota in our 1969 replay. And we're going to be starting in about 14 minutes. Will be the first pitch. I'll be back in a few minutes, with our opening lineup. Stand by, please. Oh, Christ. Jesus. Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman here with the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and we've got a ball game here. My name is Jeffrey Guterman, and today we have the Washington Senators at the Minnesota Twins. This is the second of a three-game series. Minnesota won the first one 2-1, big pitching duel there was in that game. And this one's dated August 26, 1969. It features Barry Moore, the left-hander, with 6 wins for Minnesota. He's a bit of a spot starter. And Dave Boswell with 10 wins. And he's underperforming, even though the Twins are really doing good. And we say hello to Kathy Harden. It's a good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. We've got about 9 minutes until the first pitch. Gives me a chance to go through the opening lineups. In the first game of this series, by the way, like I said, the Twins won 2-1. Cott went all the way. Bosman got the loss. Cott his 17th win. It was a 2-1 win. I remember this game. Real pitchers duel. It was a home run by Oliva, which won it. And it was the Epstein fly ball. The Casanova fly ball in the 9th, which I thought was a home run. And we looked on the instant replay and no, it was not a home run. And I think we'll see Kathy if she's going to go for the Senators again. She remembers that game. Oh yeah. For the Washington Senators, leading off in center field is Del Unser. Batting second is Lee May in right. Frank Howard batting third at first. Ken McMullen will hit cleanup and bat third. By the way, Mike Epstein is injured, and Kathy Harden is for the Senators. So that's why he's not been in against right-handers, of which Boswell is. For batting fifth at second base is Bernie Allen. Ed Stroud batting sixth and left. The Treaty of Versailles batting seventh at shortstop. Jim French is the catcher. He'll bat eighth. And Barry Moore, the left-hander, batting ninth. For the Twins, they've won 6 in a row. They have an 18-and-a-half game lead in the Western Division of the American League. It's going to be, and by the way, Rod Carew's still out. He's due back in about 2 weeks, give or take. He had a fractured wrist. And he's healing quite nicely, I might add. Just in time for the home stretch and then the playoffs against the Orioles, which we're all confident that's what that's going to be. It's Rick Rennick leading off at third. Cesar Tovar, the perennial utility man, in center, batting second. Harmon Killebrew batting third at first. Tony Oliva in right field, the cleanup hitter. Bob Allison batting fifth in left field. Jose Cardenas at shortstop, batting sixth. George Mitterwald is the catcher. He's batting seventh. Batting eighth is Bob Quillisi at second base. Frank Quillisi, I'm so sorry. And the pitcher is Dave Boswell with 10 wins. He's a right-hander. And we expect about 5 minutes until the first pitch. We're glad to see everybody. Let's see if that tweet is up and good. Someone said there was a problem tapping the link. Let me see. Nope, it works. Kooky people. It's a beautiful day for a game of Strat-O-Matic 1969 baseball. I have coffee, I have ginger ale, I have air conditioning blowing strongly. And I have life. You know, where there is life, there is pain. But let's not go there. We've got about 4 minutes until game time. And Kathy Harden for the Senators, I want to remind everybody. Looking ahead on our schedule for our next game. And it'll probably be tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. And we're keeping these games scattered away from real world baseball playoffs. I guess tonight's game is, there's a game, it's tonight. Not that I'm interested. Oh, our next game, according to the schedule, will be, oh God, it's another snoozer. It's a, it's the first of a series. The Chicago White Sox at the New York Yankees. Now after that will be Atlanta at Pittsburgh. And anything with Atlanta, even Pittsburgh, is important. Because, especially Atlanta, because they're tied with San Francisco. And San Francisco has a 1-game lead in the loss column. Then there's probably this goes till Monday. It'll be a doubleheader, the New York Mets at the San Diego Padres. Then the Phillies at the Giants. This is looking into early next week. Houston at St. Louis for a doubleheader to wrap up August 26. This game was originally a night game. It lasted 3 hours and 1 minute. Minnesota won it 6-4. Attendance was 18,340. The managers for Washington, Ted Williams, the splendid Splinter, the great one. And for the Minnesota Twins, Billy Martin, who hated pitchers. How can you hate pitchers? I mean, how can you have such a hatred? Oh God, he must. That's like hating mothers. Okay? Maybe it had to do with the fact that he had to hit against them when he was a player. I don't know. And the Minnesota Twins take the field. It's Boswell on the mound. taking his warm-ups. Catching him is Mitterwald. Killebrew at first. Quillisi at second. Rennick at third. Cardenas at short in the outfield, left to right. Allison, Tovar, and Oliva. And leading it off for the Twins will be Del Unser. The tweet is up, the tweet is good. And here comes Unser stepping into the batter's box. Left-handed hitter, Unser. Okay, Boswell is ready. Here's the windup. And the pitch to Unser. 5-5 left-handed, and he struck him out. That's one away, and we are underway here in Minneapolis. Lee May comes up. A crowd of 18,340 paid. Here's Lee May. And the pitch from Boswell. That's 2-7, right-handed. He pops it up to second. And Quillisi is under it for the second out. 2 away here in the top of the first. And big man Frank Howard comes up to the plate. Howard, now 3 home runs, if I'm not mistaken, behind Hot Dog Jackson. Let's just double check on this. Could be 2. Hot Dog Jackson weighs in at 45 home runs. Howard with 42. 3 behind. Okay, here's Boswell now. He gets the sign from Mitterwald into his windup. The pitch to Howard. That's 5-7 right-handed, and he struck him out. So it's a 1-2-3 for Boswell here in the first with 2 strikeouts. After a half, it's Washington nothing. And Minnesota coming to bat. A nice leisurely ball game for a nice leisurely Saturday afternoon. An opportunity for respite. I'll probably play the White Sox-Yankees game tomorrow morning. And that'll be it, because I don't want to compete with NFL football. That's just impossible. Yeah, here's Barry Moore, the left-hander, comes in with 6 wins, taking his warm-ups. Catching him is Jim French. It's Howard at first, Bernie Allen at second, McMullen at third, Treaty Versailles at short. In the outfield, left to right, it's Stroud, Unser, and Lee May. And leading it off is Rick Rennick, the third baseman. This lineup, besides Oliva, is all right-handers. Here's Rennick now. Moore is ready, the windup. And the pitch to Rennick. That's 3-7, left-handed, grounds it to second. That's picked up by Bernie Allen, and he throws it over to Howard for the first out. 1 down. And here's Tovar. Oops. Tovar, right-handed hitter. The pitch from Moore. That's 4-9. Right-handed, fly ball to right. And Lee May getting under it, and he makes the catch, 2 away. Very clean ball game, hence far. And here's Killebrew. That's 1-8. And he walked him. Harmon takes first with 2 outs. And Tony Oliva is the batter. Both bullpens fairly well rested because it was Bosman who went all the way, allowed 2 runs for the loss for the Senators, and Cott all the way for the Twins in a 2-1 ball game, winning it on Oliva's home run. I think that was in the 7th or 8th. Killebrew takes a short lead off, first with Oliva at the plate here. 2 down. Here's the pitch from Moore. That's 3-3, and he grounds it to first, and it's picked up by Howard. And he takes it to the bag to retire the side. No runs, no hits, the walk to Killebrew. And he was left on after 1. It's a scoreless ball game here in Minneapolis. Dave Boswell now retired the Senators in order. It's going to be Ken McMullen to lead it off. Boswell is ready now. Whoop. Oh, Christ. That blue one. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to get on the floor here. Hold on. Oh, God. Where the hell did that go? Oh, there it is. That was a fairly easy one. Oh, God. I don't know why it hurts my knees so much to get on the floor these days. Guess it's old age. Oh. Oh. Okay, Boswell is ready. The pitch to McMullen. That's 2-5. He struck him out. That's the third for Boswell with facing 4 batters with 4 outs. And here's Bernie Allen now. Oh. This spokesperson, Kathy, I don't know if you've seen him. for the Israel Defense Force, Jonathan Conricus. He's the spokesperson. He is so vague and arcane, and you know what I'm saying? He tells us very little, but I guess that's what they have to do, right? Hey, here's Bernie Allen now. Boswell throws 4-5 left-handed, struck him out. Oh my. 5 batters, 4 strikeouts, 5 outs. And he's not that good. He's good strikeout pitcher, but he's not this good. At this pace, he could break the all-time record. I'm not sure what it is, 20, 21, 22. I remember when Carlton had 19 and set the all-time record. And it was this year, 69. Oh. Okay, Stroud now with 2 outs, nobody on. Boswell has retired the first 5 Senators here. Struck out 4 of them. Here's the windup and the pitch to Stroud. Whoa, 1-6 right-handed, and he struck him out. He struck out the side. He is retired. The side is out. The side is retired. He has retired the first 6 batters and struck out the first 5 of them. And we've gone 1.5, and it's a scoreless ball game. Bear with me, please. I don't know if you ever heard of Danny Serafini, Kathy Harden, but he was arrested yesterday. He's a former Major League Baseball player. He was arrested yesterday for homicide, murder, I think. Yeah, I never heard of him either. Well, we're heading to the bottom of the second. Here's Barry Moore. Now, he pitched a scoreless inning in the first. He walked Killebrew, which is often a good thing. Here's Bob Allison now to lead it off. Okay, Moore now is ready. Here's the windup. And the pitch to Allison. 3-9, left-handed. Fly ball to right. And Lee May under it. There's one away. No hits yet in this ball game. Here's Leo Cardenas for either team. That's 2-3 left-handed, and that is going to be a base hit. A 1-9 base hit for Leo. So there's the first hit of the game. Leo Cardenas on first, one down, and George Mitterwald comes to the plate. From the stretch now is Moore. That's 2-7 left-handed. Grounds it to second, and they're going to double up Cardenas. Bernie Allen steps on the bag, throws it over to Howard for the double play, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, one hit, none left. We've gone two. It's a scoreless game. Here's Boswell for his third inning. He's retired the first six batters thus far and struck out 5 of 6 of them. It's going to be Zoilo Versailles. Here's Boswell now, the windup, the pitch to Versailles. That's 5-3 right-handed. That's going to be an X. It's the first one today. First base grounder for Killebrew. He's a 4-5. That's a 3-4. It's going to be an S2. That's going to certainly break that up. Killebrew a 5. That's going to be 6-10-13. Yep, it's going to be an S2, probably just a clean base hit. That's exactly what it is, and that's the first base runner for the Senators and their first hits. And that'll bring up Jim French. Baseball is a microcosm of society. Cesar Cedeno, I'm not sure where it was. I think the Dominican Republic during the off season. One year he killed a woman, and it was ruled, first he was charged with manslaughter, and then he was acquitted. And I don't see how that could happen at all. Anyway, here's French. That's 6-9 left-handed. Struck him out. That's number 6 for Boswell. This is getting wild. And now Barry Moore's coming up. The record, I believe, is 15. Let me just double check. Is Andy Messersmith had 15. I have it written down here. Most strikeouts in a game this season. And he's on his way, Boswell. Here's Barry Moore now. He's a 3 WL. 1 out, Versailles on first and the pitch. 2 more, that's 3-12. He pops it up to short. For Cardenas makes the catch, it's 2 away. And here's Del Unser. Unser struck out in the first. That's 6-5, left-handed, grounds it to short X. That's going to be Cardenas 233. That'll be a G1. Three, 6, 7. That's going to be a G1 none. And he's out. And that will retire the side. 1 strikeout this inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We're in the middle of the third. And it's a scoreless ball game. Whew. Here's Barry Moore now for his 3rd inning. No score, bottom of the 3rd. Here's Frank Quillisi. This game is sort of picked up where the first one ended. It was a 2-1 duel between Bosman for the Senators and Cott for the Twins. It was really a 1-1 duel until Oliva hit the home run. Moore is ready. Here's the pitch to Quillisi. 1-9 left-handed, grounds it to second. Bernie Allen has it over to Howard. 1 away. Here's Dave Boswell. Boswell, a 6 NR. Pretty good with the bat for a pitcher. Here's Moore. That's 4-4. Right-hander, catcher X. That's for French, a 3-4. That's 17-3. That's going to be a G3. French, a 4. That's 6-10-14. And it looks like that's going to be a dribbler right in front of the plate. And it is. It's a dribbler. And it's picked up by French and thrown to Howard for the second out. Here's Rick Rennick now. He grounded to second in the first. It's no score, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Minnesota batting. Moore for Washington on the mound. That's 6-2. Right-handed, grounds it to first X. That's going to be big man Howard, 4-6. The 6 isn't bad. It's a dribbler to Howard. 4-6, 8-4. It's a G3 with nobody on. That's clean. That's 3-6-8. That's going to be a G3 to Howard. I think it's the same thing we had. It's a dribbler right to him, and he takes it to the bag. It's a 1-2-3 for Moore, who looked very good. He's looked pretty good in this whole ball game. We've gone 3 here. It's scoreless here in Minneapolis. Boswell comes out, 3 scoreless innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, no walks. It's going to be Lee May to lead it off. Here's Boswell. He gets the sign from Mitterwald. That's 6-7 left-handed. Grounds it to second X. That's going to be for Quillisi. He's a 3-6. 8-3. G3. 6. Oh, re-roll the whole thing. It's a very nice game. I agree. 6-10-13. It's going to be a 6-13. Well, and that's going to be a ground out. Yep. A ground out to Quillisi it is. So there's one away. Here's Howard now. It's a very, very clean ball game, too. Okay, Boswell looks in to Mitterwald. And the pitch to Howard. That's 3-7 right-handed. Walked him. So Howard takes first for Ken McMullen. He's still working on getting back in that lineup, Mike Epstein. He's available to pinch hit if needed. Here's McMullen. That's going to be 3-9 right-handed. Whoa, that is a base hit by McMullen. Howard, big man Howard, goes to third. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, boy, he made it. So it's first and third, 1 out. And the Senators have something going here against Boswell. Here's Bernie Allen now. Left-handed hitter, struck out in the second. Okay, Boswell from the stretch now. And the pitch to Bernie Allen. That's 4-5, left-handed. And he struck him out. Number 7 for Boswell. Wow. Oh, Lord. And here's Big Ed Stroud. No, he's got speed, Ed Stroud. He's an A, 1-15. Okay, Stroud now. He struck out by Boswell. It's 2 outs, first and third, and the pitch to Stroud. 3-8, and he hits it to first. It's picked up by Harmon, and Boswell covers the bag. And the side is retired. A 3-8 ground out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, both left. And we've got a very nice and a fairly neat ball game going on here. And Barry Moore to start his 4th inning. 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk. No strikeouts. And Cesar Tovar to lead it off. It's a beautiful morning. A beautiful afternoon, I should say. Well, it's a morning still morning on the West Coast. 11:32 a.m., 9:32 in Hawaii. Here's Tovar leading it off. And the pitch. That's 2-8, left-handed, base hit Tovar. So Tovar's on, he's a double-A, French -1. That'll make Cesar 1-14 being held. It's inviting, but I don't know. He had 45 stolen. Here's Harmon Killebrew. See how Harmon does. Here's Moore from the stretch. 4-5 right-handed, walked him. So it's first and second with nobody out. Moore in a little bit of trouble here. Tony Oliva is the batter. Here's Moore now. Pitch to Oliva. That's 5-10. Left-handed. Grounds to short X. That's going to be Versailles. He's a 440. This should be interesting with first and second. 440. That's going to be 8-4. It's a G3 pound. No one's being held. That'll be just a plain G3 to short. Versailles of 40, my goodness. That's 7, 8, 9. Let's see what happens here with runners on first and second. Runners advance. So Versailles throws Oliva out and the runners move on. Killebrew to second and Tovar to third. And here's Bobby Allison. Bobby Allison. He's got power against left-handers, as you might notice. Here's more now. And the pitch to Allison. 5-4, right-handed, fly ball to center field, X. That's going to be Unser at 212. That's 3-2. It's an S2. Looks like that's going through. Let's see if he boots it. It's dropping in. He's at 12. Oh, it's a, oh God, E2. S2, E2. Oh my Lord. Help us. A single and an error, batter goes to third, all runners score. A two-base error for Unser. Boy, could you imagine what that was like? Tovar comes in, and Killebrew comes in. They're earned. Wow. And that makes it 2-0 Twins, Kathy. A single and a two-base error. Allison ends up at third. I don't know what that looked like, but it must have been awful. Tovar came home. Killebrew came home. It's one out now. Allison on third. Here's Leo Cardenas. Yeah, I know. He makes errors, Unser. He's at 12. He's not that bad, but that's what happened. He's a better fielder than he is on dealing with errors. Here's the pitch to Cardenas, meaning his range. And the pitch, 212, left-handed, walked him. First and third, one out, only one out. And here's George Mitterwald. Worthington and Perinoski were used in the real world. I know. Here's the pitch to Mitterwald. That's going to be 5-8 right-handed. Grounds it to second, X. Another chance here. That's going to be Bernie Allen, a 324. This could be a double to get him out of this, or worse. 324 for Bernie. That's going to be a 3-3. Oh, it's an S1. Oh, that's going to go through Bernie. He's a 24. This is a tough inning here. 8-10, 24. Looks like it's going to be just a plain base hit here. It is a base hit, and Allison scores the third run of the inning. That's going to make it 3-0 Twins. And Frank Quillisi, the batter. Moore trying to get out of this. First and second, still only one out. A very, very tough inning here for Moore. And the error by Unser really set this up. Here's the pitch to Quillisi. That's 1-7. Still only one out. And he flies it to center. And the runners will hold 2 outs for Dave Boswell. So Moore trying to get out of this. 3 runs for the Twins here in the fourth. The pitch to Boswell. That's 5-11 right-handed. Grounds it to third. And McMullen has it. He throws to Howard, and the side is retired. But 3 runs for Minnesota. on 3 hits, an error, 2 walks, and 2 left on. After 4, Minnesota 3 and Washington nothing. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We have Stratitude, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Indeed we will. Oh, Lord, we will. Indeed, Kathy Harden. Indeed. In frickin' deed. Indeed, it is. I think I'll get some coffee in a minute and continue this ball game. You know, they're saying that the long caravan of trucks that went into Gaza with humanitarian aid is not enough, that it's 3% of what's needed. They ought to just fill everything up with and we could help Egypt by supplying some sort of freight airplane, you know, one of these big, huge, empty airplanes, fill it all up, and land it somewhere. Whatever it is, make it frickin' happen, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? Really. I mean, I have my meatloaf with potatoes, my coffee, my cannabis, my air conditioning, my water, my ginger ale, you know, and Strat-O-Matic. Can't these people get some basic necessities? You know what I'm saying, Kathy? I'll be back. Yeah, take a frickin' plane in there and load it up. For Christ's sakes. Even if it takes it a week or 3 days to get it set, at least you got it coming. I was out there thinking, that usually gets me in trouble, but I was saying maybe have Rod Carew come into, oh no, I was thinking badly. Not Carew. Forget about it. Yeah, well, I'm reading what you're saying. Yeah, there you go. That's a good point with Menendez. That guy turns out to be the most corrupt. I know he's entitled to but he looks that's worth jail time. You know. I'm gonna get some coffee, but I want to tell you something. If they want to keep them out, then they better help. Help. Okay. They're an ally of ours, I believe. I could be wrong. It should be an international effort. Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good point. Let's use him. Let's use Menendez. But that would be totally corrupt. That would make us complicit, right? Do you think you could be a U.S. Senator for 6 years and never do anything corrupt? Or even indictable? Even indictable. I guess some do. Well, Boswell takes them out. It's going to be Versailles. French and Moore would be due up. It's 3-0 Twins. I've got coffee. Oh, that's good coffee. Oh, Lord. Lord, that is tasty. God. That's too good. Okay, here's Boswell now. That's 4-8 right-handed. And he walked him. So Versailles is on. And here's Jim French. This guy's a nosebleed at the plate, Jim French. He can't bunt. He can't run. He can't hit. And he's an okay catcher. It's a 3-1. Guess Casanova is licking his wounds after he flew to left last game. Okay, here's Boswell. That's 6-4 left-handed. Grounds it to short X. That's going to be, of course, Leo, a 233. He's good. He's not too good in the error. You see, you have range section and then you have error section. So Leo is a 233, 14-2. It's a G1. He should get this. It might be a double play. But the problem, on a ground ball to Cardenas, he's a 33, which is the higher the worse you are, I think. I could be wrong. That's 6. Whoa, it's a total re-roll. That's 3-5-6. Yep, no, he may have a double play here. G1 with a runner on first. That's a DP 43, just what we thought. I haven't gotten many of these. Batter out, runner on first out, double play. So Cardenas turns it. And with 2 outs, nobody on, they will let Moore hit and see how he fares in next inning. No use stirring things up with 2 outs, no one on. Okay, here's Boswell now. And the pitch to Moore. That's 1-5. And he grounds it to short again for Cardenas. And he throws it over to Killebrew, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, the walk to Versailles. And none left after a double play. We're in the middle of the fifth. It's a 3-0 ball game. I got it all here. I got it all. I might even be ready for the pre-witching hour at 3 p.m. Eastern. After all, it's 5 p.m. somewhere. Somewhere out. I don't think they have... Do they have time zones in the Atlantic Ocean? I mean, like, you know, if you're in the middle of the Atlantic, could it be 2 hours ahead of us? I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know if there are any islands out there. Are there any islands in the Atlantic? I'm talking way out. You know, like in Hawaii is in the Pacific. Let's take a look. Sometimes I like to see. Geez, I don't see anything. Whoa. Bermuda is out there. Okay, Bermuda is a bit east. It's about all I see. Let's see what time it is there. Could be an hour ahead of us. Yeah, they're 1 hour ahead. Okay. You ever been to Bermuda? Pretty boring place, as far as I'm concerned. I say, you know, you've seen one palm tree, you've seen them all. And we got a lot of those here in Florida. Here's Barry Moore now to face the top of the Twins order. 8 batters came to bat in the fourth. P.S. 3 runs, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Oh, that's good. That is some good coffee. Wow. Lord. That is good. It doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't. Lord. Okay, here's Rennick leading it off. He's 0 for 2. Moore into his windup and the pitch. Williams watching him closely. 5-3 right-handed. That's going to be a fly ball to right X. Going back to get it is Lee May, 4-15. Oh, he may have trouble with this. They can't afford any more of this horse shit. The Senators. 4-15. That's 4-4. That's a double. At least. May is a 15. E15. This might be an easier way to do it. Just drop it like that. It's one move. You see that? Oh, yeah. 6-10-13. May is a 15-13. No, it looks like it's going to be a clean double, though. It's a D2. It is. A leadoff double by Rick Rennick, and he's happy with himself. He doesn't get much playing time. Here's Cesar Tovar. You know, Carew is still on the mend. You could use him to pinch hit, but I wouldn't dare because they have an 18-1/2 game lead. Why bother messing with him? Let him heal. He's working out. You know, he's running. He's working out with his wrist in the way the doctors say to do. Okay, here's Tovar now. Rennick on second. Pitch from Moore. 4-6. Right-handed. He pops it up to short for Versailles. 1 out, and Killebrew comes up. Oh, that is tasty coffee. Wow. That is some good freaking coffee. Wow. Okay, Killebrew has walked twice and scored once. Here's more. That's 2-7 left-handed. Walked him a third time. So it's first and second, 1 out. His first endurance inning is next inning. Here's Tony Oliva. I think Williams is getting a little concerned here. He's got all these people available. Baldwin, Schellenbach, Humphreys, and Higgins. They all pitched in real world in this game. The pitch to Oliva. 1-5. And he flies it to left. Under it's Stroud. Ed Stroud makes the catch. It's 2 away, so he has a chance to get out of this. And here's Bobby Allison. That's so good. Pitch from Moore. 3-9. Left-handed, fly ball to right. And Lee May. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, 1 hit. The double by Rennick to lead it off. The walk to Killebrew. Both are left on, fortunately. Still a 3-0 ball game, and it is the pre-witching hour. Or maybe, it's the pre-witching hour. And I'm going to frickin' smoke some grass. I hope you all don't mind. This is medicine, people. I ask you cordially to please leave the stigma at the frickin' door. Leave it there. Leave it at the frickin' door. We don't need stigma around here. Whether you're talking about my depression, my anxiety, or my use of cannabis. Yes, Kathy Harden, indeed. Indeed, I hope you don't mind. I'm not doing the emojis right now. I'm looking at a different thing here. See how cool that is? I have my Twitter going. I can see all my mentions. Then I have the game right here. Of course, the game looks weird because what you see is the screen, you see. And I have it all set up for me. My heart goes out to any parent whose child is kidnapped, hurt, sick, and even if I hate the person, I don't wish that on anybody. I know that's like, Kathy, to worry about your kid. I'm a parent. I know you're a parent. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, people are different. Some people are severely traumatized, some people are somewhat traumatized, and some people are not. You know, it's all depends on the person, and that includes things like their support system. But even with a good support system, you can be very traumatized. But there are some people who don't get severely traumatized. I mean, colloquially, we could say that they're traumatized. All people. Oh, Lord, what the hell? I'll go on to this one later. Oh, that is tasty. Dave Boswell, no runs in 5 innings, 2 singles, 2 walks, struck out 7. And Dell Unser to lead it off, he's 0 for 2. Here's Unser. You know, a lot of Unser plays every day. Look at him, 561 at bats. I like everyday players. He hit 286. You know, he's a 2 out in center, a 1 to 15. Prone to some errors sometimes. His arm is -2. He's a good all-around player, Unser. Okay, Kathy Harden for the Senators. They're down by 3, top of the 6th here. And I took a micro hit, and I am lovely right now. Just lovely. Not too much, not too little. Here's Boswell. And the pitch to Unser. Just lovely. 2-7 right-handed, walked him. So Unser is on. And Lee May comes to the plate. Left-handed hitter. Okay, here's Boswell from the stretch. That was his third walk. And the pitch to May. 3-7 against the right-hander, flies it to center field. Tovar running for it, makes the catch, one away. Now here's the big man. He can bring him closer. No doubt about it. Big man, 42 big ones on the season. He struck out and walked. Here's Boswell. Whoa, 1-7. He walked him. I thought that might go or something. I know it's one column. That's the fourth walk given up by Dave Boswell, and the Senators have first and second. I like to watch Ted Williams in the dugout. He's got his eye on every part of this game. First and second. And it's Ken McMullen. I'd love to bring Mike Epstein in, but McMullen got a big hit the last game. 272 hitter, look at this. 562 at bats, 19 homers. Pretty good ball player. So Boswell will work from the stretch. His first endurance inning is next inning, the seventh. You know this guy, Kathy. This guy right here. You've got to have seen him on TV. He hypnotizes you. He's the spokesperson. He's the equivalent of our John Kirby. You know, Kirby is the spokesperson. He's an admiral from I assume the Navy, and Kirby's pretty good. I like Kirby. He does a good job. You know Kirby, but you know that guy I just showed, the IDF spokesperson. It's like he's good at what he does, but I don't feel like I know any more after hearing from him. Okay, first and second, one out. Ken McMullen, the batter. Here's Boswell. That's going to be 3-7 right-handed, and whoa, it's going to be an inning-ending double play. No one was being held. Quillisi stepping on the bag. It's funny how McMullen tried to knock him over, but no, he sent it right over to first. I love those shots of a second baseman or a shortstop in the air stepping on. Yeah, he does look like a Schwarzenegger. You're right. Sort of. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's going to be the side. No, so you know him. Yeah. No, I assume you know him. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 1 left it for the double. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. I've had a micro, people, and I enjoy it very, very, very much. The key now is don't do another one. Not now, at least. That's the key to micromanagement. Oh, you do like him. I like Blinken too, but Kathy, I want to tell you something. You know, I'm really into the Nigerian situation, political situation, and I just don't like his attitude toward Nigeria. It's too good because they have a corrupt person in the name of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As president, he sent a whole contingent over there. He called Tinubu, I believe. Blinken called Tinubu. And I like both of them beforehand, but now it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just not quite the same. You know what I'm going to do, Kathy Harden? I have some Canada Dry right here. And I reckon, you know, they've been in business since 1904. That's more than a century ago. I am going to get myself some of this and see what we're going to do about this ball game. That's what I'm going to frickin' do. because I'm thirsty. Kirby is fantastic. You think so? Yeah. You think so, don't you? Yeah, you have good perception. He really is good. I remember when he, and I like when he says, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about that," and he, and he usually tells you why. You know, I can't speak for the president. We don't know. I love that answer. We don't know. Problem is, everyone feels they have to know, and therefore they have to give a reason. And they end up confabulating. They'll make something up and not even realize it because they really don't frickin' know. If you want his opinion, Kirby is great. Yeah, I get these 2 for 1, Kathy. 2 for the price of 1, these leaders. And I just love Canada Dry. It's so refreshing. And it, I use it very well with cannabis. To me, it's just a wonderful complement for my cannabis ingestion. Oh, did he? Oh, wow. Tuberville. Oh my God, that's great. Good for him. And he's a good spokesperson. Isn't it kind of neat how he can still be now active? He worked for CNN after Trump fired him. And the people he had in were just atrocious, to speak on behalf of the Pentagon. Oh, Lord, is that refreshing? Oh, that is so refreshing. Oh. That is so goddamn refreshing. I'm sorry. Here's Boswell now. This is his bottom of the 6th. I'm sorry, Moore. This is his first endurance inning for Barry Moore. Moore was okay, but a little shaky even in the 5th. He let up 3 in the 4th, then a double and a walk in the 5th. It's 3-0 Minnesota. Leading it off is Leo. Carew not even suited up. Carew is at home. I don't know where that is. Working out, you know. He's got doctors out there. I think he fractured his wrist. Sliding into second. Okay, here's Barry Moore and the pitch to Cardenas. That's 210, left-handed, and it's a base hit for Leo. His second of the ball game. We see Leo game in, game out, making his contributions. Half the things he does you don't even see in a box score or a score sheet. They're getting excited in Minneapolis. They're asking, when are you going to print the playoff tickets? And they say, you know, they've got the team. They got everything. Pitching, starting pitching. They got people coming out of the bullpen. They, with Perinoski, Worthington, they have the hitting that is so deep. In fact, I think they led Real World AL in runs scored. And that's a great metric for the offense. That's where the tire hits the frickin' road. Okay, so Leo's on, and here's George Mitterwald. Great name for a catcher, huh? George Mitterwald. Maybe a great name for any kind of player. Okay, he's a C bunter. I tell you, this is going to be very strange. We're going to have him lay it down. It's very unconventional. Now he's a D. I just was a little bored there. So we're going to have more pitch to Mitterwald. We know he's laying it down. He knows he's laying it down. The third base coach knows he's laying it down. More from the stretch. Cardenas on first. The pitch to Mitterwald. That black doesn't count. It's 11. Oh my, 11D. He pops out to first, and the runners hold. He's lucky it's not a double play. So it was a nice try. So it's 1 out. And here's Frank Quillisi. Boswell out on deck. Folks, this is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We broadcast all games played. Granted, I started this replay 3.5 years ago, and I seldom broadcast on YouTube until July in the season of '69. So it's taken, ever since I started doing all games, we've gotten a month and a half by. But getting through this really seems so frickin' doable now, because I don't really pay too much attention. But as I'm getting closer, there was a time when it was about 200 away, 200 games for everybody, where I said, wow, this seems almost insurmountable. Well, right now, we are 6/1/28. That's 34 more games. That's about 300 games I have left. Actually, I have exactly 429 games. We're over 75% through. And basically, we're moving to the point where we have September. There might be a few games in October. I'm not sure. Okay, here's Quillisi now. More from the stretch, and the pitch to Quillisi. That's 412 right-handed. Hit deep by Frank. Oh, he's a W. Oh, my. And it's a 13. Oh, it's a fly ball to left and at the wall. Ed Stroud with a jump and makes the catch. Whoa. Eddie Stroud. Let's look at that again. Quillisi really connected. 412. Right-handed. End home run. 1-11 fly ball left, and he's a W against left-handers. So it's a long out, and the runner holds. And here comes Dave Boswell. Best play of the game thus far, if you ask me. Oh. So you agree with me on Kirby. It's not me. Okay, here's Boswell at the plate. He is a right-handed hitter. The pitch from Moore. 4-8, right-handed. Oh, it's a liner to third, diving McMullen. Oh, boy, that was a pretty catch. Whoa. McMullen with a diving catch. Let's look at that again. 4-8 right-handed. Single 1 to 11, 17. That's two very, very nice plays in order, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We gone 6. 3-0 Minnesota, but don't you worry about it, folks. The Senators have a few tricks up their sleeves, and one of them is by the name of Mike Epstein. They called him at the time Super Jew, and you've got to understand it was a different era. It was actually an endearing nickname. We were a different society then, and that was fun. I'm Jewish, so I guess I could in part say how I would feel about it. They called him Super Jew. There weren't many Jewish players. Okay, Koufax and Greenberg were probably the two best. Ken Holtzman. You had, believe it or not, I forgot his name, but his last name was Stone for the Orioles at one point. He played for a number of teams, Stone. So you had some, but leading it off is going to be Bernie Allen. He's a left-handed hitter. We wouldn't hit for him. I don't think we want to hit for Stroud, who's a good ball player and a left-handed hitter. But there may come a time we want to bring Mike Epstein because he's better. Okay, I know they have him injured. He's really better. I'm going to make him better. Okay, here's Boswell now. I like to do that sometimes. The pitch to Allen. That's 6'9", left-handed, struck him out. And it's been a while, been a few innings still he's had a strikeout, but now he's got 8. So that's one away. Here's Ed Stroud. Stroud 0 for 2. Can't win. What's the expression? You can't win, you can't lose. What's that expression again? You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. I tweet about the civilian trauma of Israelis, and I get people replying, why don't you ever post about the Palestinians being killed and hurt? I say, why don't you frickin' look at my timeline? Rather than typing at your keyboard shit you don't even know. I would kindly prefer that you say thank you and be on your way. Otherwise, you get on the line and you hold a gun and you watch the line. I'm sorry to get a little bit and then you post something about Palestinians getting killed. And I'll get some Zionist coming at me, some rabid Zionist coming at me with, are you pro-Israel, Jeffrey? And I say, I'm pro-Israel, I'm pro-Palestine or Palestinian, I'm pro-human, okay? Am I pro-Israel? I think that means that you have a loyalty to Israel and these people are your enemies. Palestinian is not Gaza. I thought that Biden gave you can make a lot of jokes about his age and all. I thought his speech, was it 2 nights ago? Very good, Kathy. What did you think of it? I watched it, and I actually broadcast it. By the way, there's no copyright on that. So I can take it from C-SPAN even CNN, you know, and it's really legal. Big Ed Stroud. It's one out, nobody on. By the way, Senators 2 games over 500. Having a great year. Their best year ever. Remember, it's the expansion team, folks. The 61 expansion team. I know you know it, Kathy. I know. Here's the pitch to Stroud. 4-8 left-handed. Walked him. So Big Eddie is on. He's an A. But Mitterwald is a -1. That would make Eddie a 1-12. So Steady Eddie will stay steady on first with 1 out. And here, there's gonna be a hitter for Zoilo Treaty of their size. Interesting. There's gonna be a hitter, Kathy Harden. It's gonna be Mike Epstein. And we also get a chance probably for him to get a second, or hopefully get a second at bat in this ball game. Now you're going to say, well, who's going to play short? I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to solve that frickin' problem right now without even looking if it's possible. Because I say it is possible. It's going to be Mike Epstein coming in to hit, folks. He's a left-handed hitter. Good hitter. And he'll go to first base. Howard will go to left. We'll take, or Howard will go to, give me time, please, please. Please give me time. Howard will go to right. And Lee May will come out, who plays left. And we already have a left-hander, Ed Stroud. He was playing right, actually. And we'll bring in another shortstop. Oh, shit. And he's been playing. It's going to be Tim Cullen. You see how easy things can be when we cooperate. Everybody, isn't it true? Isn't it true? Here's Super Jew Mike Epstein. And Dave Boswell. It's Stroud on first, being held with 1 out. Here's Boswell now from the stretch. This is his first endurance inning. The pitch from Boswell. That's 3-6, right-handed. It's hit well into the gap by Epstein. And that's going to be a double. Eddie Stroud has speed. That's going to be in center, by the way. 3-6, center field. Eddie Stroud, for the first run, 1-15. And that was to center. 1-14. We'll hold him. I have no choice. You want me to send him, Kathy? That's fine. This fucker hit 184. Excuse my language. This is going to be a hitter for Jim French. Casanova pitched, caught last game. There's no reason why he can't catch 2 innings. For Christ's sakes. He's not much better. but at least he's Paul Casanova, and I don't want to knowingly bring a guy up. Here's Hank Allen. I might have Hank hit, and then I'll bring Casanova in. They should have a third. They ought to have a third catcher if they didn't want Casanova to play today. And this is where I like to just manipulate. I like to tease out the teams. And they don't even have a second catcher unless he's in the lineup. Let's take a quick gander. Probably not. That's too bad. They should meet that standard. If I were a Strat-O-Matic game company, meet the standard. Have 3 catchers at a minimum. You're not a team without 3 fucking catchers. Hank Allen hitting for Jim French. And it will be Casanova coming in to catch. He's putting on his gear. Now, here's Hank Allen now. Boswell, 1 hit and or walk away from fatigue. And there's some people warming. Worthington and Perinoski pitched in this game in real world. Perinoski is warming. And they did this on a win. So Worthington is also warming. And we'll let him warm. He's a right-hander. I'm not so crazy about bringing him in, though. They probably used him earlier. Perinoski warming there. If any of you ever wonder, what does the dugout look like, Jeff? I mean, the bullpen. What does it look like? Well, it's right up over here, yonder. Okay. And this is Ron Perinoski warming. And I like to keep it over here so that, and if you're wondering where that is in the context of the whole game, well, the whole game is right here. So you get a nice view. This is a nice view because it's elevated. It's like a loge or a mezzanine. Let me see how much of me comes in here. Hank Allen stepping in now. I think I can handle this. Yeah. Here's Hank Allen now. It's Epstein on second, Stroud on third. Very controversial. They held him at third. You need 3 runs. You don't need 1 run. Here's Hank now. A place for everything and everything in its place. Oh, you got that right. Oh, yeah. The problem with some Zionists and even some pro-Palestinian is that they're too extreme. Each one on each side. There's a humanistic side to both, okay? And then the rest is your preference. Okay, second and third, 1 out. The infield is back for Hank Allen. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 6-5, right-handed. Grounds it to short X. This could be interesting. That's going to be, they have a different shortstop now. Oh, Christ. Tim Cullen. He's a 380. Oh, Lord, 380. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's down here. Oh, shit, that's the weed, Kathy Harden, for sure. And I have no qualms with it. But it also has a reflexive piece where I'm able to pick up on that. That's for Leo. Yeah, it's got Leo's name on it. 6'5", right-handed, grounds to short to Leo. He's a 233. He's pretty good if he doesn't have to field it properly. He's pretty good at getting to a ball. Leo, 233. That's going to be a 1. Uh-oh, it's a base hit. Oh, for Hank Allen. Let's see if Leo boots it. Oh, my. It goes past Leo. Can he, if he touches it, he may boot it. Leo is a 33. It's an S1. See, you pick it up, and then you drop the 20 die. You see, it's much easier than the other way. Leo, a 33. That's short. That's going to be 6'11", 14. That does not smell right. Oh, it's it's 6'11", 14. That's only going to be a base hit, which I'm sure Kathy doesn't have a problem with it. A base hit, second single, and the runners advance 1. So Big Hank Allen knocks home Epstein goes to third, and Bernie Allen comes in. It was second and third, yeah. So Epstein is now on third base. It's first and third, a big clinch hit by Hank Allen. For the first run of this ball game for the Twins, and there's going to be a hitter for more. Oh, third pinch hitter in a row. Oh. Williams is hitting for Barry Moore. Moore pitched 6. Struck out none and allowed 3 runs. Loser, but he could end up winning this game. There's going to be a hitter for more. I failed to let you know who was warming, but it's a guy I've had my eye on. They had an off day. We're bringing him in. Higgins, Humphreys, and Higgins. Where is he? There's Humphreys. Whoa. It's pretty good. It's going to be Darryl Knowles. That's who he's going with, Williams. I wish I had a right-handed pitcher who was as good as him. We have one who's almost as good. Humphreys. But we're going to go with Knowles. Next inning. And there's going to be a hitter for Barry Moore, believe it or not. 3 pinch hitters in a row, people. Epstein came in for Versailles. It's a 3-1 ball game, first and third. Still only 1 out, folks. Let's see who's coming in now to face Boswell. Oh, Boswell has reached fatigue. Oh, my. Whoa, Boswell has reached fatigue, and Billy Martin is coming out. Oh, my, oh, my. Isn't it funny how a game just on that play, I almost missed that. The pitcher is due up next. There's not, that little space is what really it should have been. Boswell is through. He has reached fatigue. He pitched 6 1/3. He's the winner. And look who's coming in. Ron Perinoski. So 2 left-handed relievers and 2 greats. Look at his ERA. Jesus Christ. 85 hits in 120 innings. That's pretty darn good. He died 2 years ago. 1.5 years ago. So we're going to let him come in. We're going to be a little break in the action, folks. Just got to update here. He allowed 4 hits. He kind of fell apart here in the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Senators clawing away. It's like a surgical intervention that Ted Williams is doing. 5 walks by Boswell. And he struck out 8. And he's allowed 1 thus far, but he's responsible, 1st and 3rd, just 1 out. He's taking his warm-ups now, Perinoski. Let's see who's going to hit here. Oh, my goodness. There's a guy who's injured. He's been out for a few days, a bunch of games. However, there's no one else. He's well enough to hit, and his name is Steady Eddie Brinkman. So Steady Eddie getting the call here in a rare situation. As Ron Perinoski finishes up his warm-ups, and here's Steady Eddie now coming over, walking to the batter's box. Eddie steps in. This will be lefty-righty. Perinoski the southpaw. Okay, Perinoski for the save. Coming in the top of the 7th. Brinkman at the plate. Perinoski from the stretch and the pitch to Steady Eddie. That's going to be 410 right-handed. Oh, it's a fly ball to left. He hit it well, but right toward Allison, who barely had to move. We'll let Eddie go back because we don't want him doing too much running, fielding, or anything until he's 100%. So it's 2 away, and here's Del Unser now, 0 for 2 and a walk. Unser is the go-ahead run at the plate. Super Jew Mike Epstein Hank Allen on first is the tying run. Here's Ron Perinoski now from the stretch. The pitch to Unser. That's 310 left-handed, and he chops it back to Perinoski. He fields it and throws it over to Killebrew, and the side is retired in a very, very entertaining inning. I'm going to tell you, if you're a Nats fan, they got 1 run, and 1 run is better than no runs. And they've cut this down to 3-1. It was 1 run on 2 hits, a walk, and 2 left on. Bernie Allen struck out, Stroud walked, Epstein with a big double, and they held him at third. They held Stroud at third, even though he's got speed. Hank Allen knocked him home. Casanova is catching now for the Washington Senators, and there's a new pitcher. This game is very entertaining. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, I agree. Here's Darryl Knowles coming in. We're going to take a little break here with Knowles coming in. And he's also going for the, he's Perinoski, I'm so sorry, Perinoski for the save, yeah. Right now, the way it sits. Moore is the loser of record. Knowles coming in from the bullpen. And it's a great time right now to take a break of about 3 to 5 minutes. We hope this is a good chance for you. This is a chance, folks, for the 7th inning stretch for you. And there's a chance for you and everybody else to do whatever you got to do. Powder your nose. Do the other things. And we will be back in about 5 minutes. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, of course. And this is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. 3-1 Minnesota over the Twins. Knowles coming in. That's my philosophy, Kathy, you know, that 1 run, and I want the Senators too. That 1 run, was very important. That 1 hit was very important because it was a micro and it was managed beautifully. I have not done one since. I'll probably do another when I get back, folks. Just be a few minutes. Be right back. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Very ornamental. Hey, I'm back. Back in the U.S., back in the U.S., back in the USR. Boy, did I think that song was something when I got the White Album the day it came out. Day it came out, top 5 memories of all time. But let's not go there. That's a whole nother story. Darrell Knowles is the story. And his story is keep the team in the game. They're Senators down by 2. Bottom of the 7th, top of the order. Rick Rennick steps up, 1 for 3 today. Doubled left on in the 5th. Knowles is ready. The wind-up and the pitch to Rennick. That's 1-8, left-handed. It's a base hit by Rennick. So he's 2 for 4 today. He timed that perfectly off Knowles. Looked like a slider, and he just slid it through. So Rennick knocks an opposite field. And here's Cesar. Cesar is a B bunter. But we're going to have him hit away here, hoping he can get on and definitely steal off Casanova. I don't give a crap how good his arm is. Here's Knowles. And the pitch to Tovar. That's going to be 3-6 left-handed. He grounds it to short. Whoa, just what I wanted. Brinkman. Is it Brinkman? Who is playing short? Cullen throws to second, gets Rennick, and Tovar is on. Cullen is playing short. Casanova now in catching. Epstein at first. So Tovar on first. He's a double A, 1-15 held with Casanova. We got to look because it's not on the thing. He's a -2, so he'd be a 1-13. He's going to go with 1 out. And it's going to be Killebrew at the plate. It's a 65% chance for Tovar. Some say, why, you only do the single die, the 20 die, but why not roll them all and get a nice bounce out of it? That's what, that's one advantage, like I'll do right now. 1-13, he's safe. Here's the pitch to Killebrew. There goes Tovar. And he's safe. So Cesar, Tovar, Tavar. Swipe second. He's dusting himself off Kathy Harden. With Killebrew, he stepped out of the plate. Killebrew was smart. He swung at the pitch. He got the sign to distract Casanova. Oh, and you have Killebrew and Oliva. Oh, so Tovar on second with 1 out. Here's Killebrew now, steps back in. Knowles. That's 5-8. Right-handed. Grounder to second. That's going to be Bernie Allen. He's still in there. 324. $15-3. It's a G1. He's at 24 at second. That's 3, 4, 5, 24. Whoa, it's a rare play on a G1. It's a grounder to Bernie Allen. If there is a runner on first, the batter hits a ground ball to the fielder who starts a double play. The runner on first breaks up the double play, but the umpire rules interference occurred. It goes into the book as a double play. And the side is retired. How do you like that? Interference. Oh, no, there's not a runner on first. Hold on. There's a runner on second. I am so sorry. This might be... Oh, see what you got to do here? G1 rare play. With no runner on first, the batter grounds out with the runners holding. Perfect play, though, for Washington. Nice play by Bernie Allen. So it's 2 outs, and Tovar holds at first. Second. Oh, Christ. And here's Oliva. And look at that. Knowles is walking, Tony. I hope that's all right with you, Kathy Harden. Knowles intentionally walking Oliva. That's respect right there. You're down 3-1. You know, if Oliva ends up scoring whatever, you're trying to win this on a certain plane. So it's first and second, 2 down now for Bobby Allison. I guess he'd just much rather, but look at 2-8, look at 2-9, 2-10 against left-handers. Knowles. I almost want to take him out. I'm going to let him pitch. Here's Knowles with 2 outs, first and second. That's 5-8 right-handed. It's a grounder to second again for Bernie Allen. Bernie a 324, very mediocre. 19-3, it's a G1. Beautiful G1. Let's see how Bernie handles this. Again, he's a 24, though. That's going to be 4-8-10. Looks like he's going to get it. G1, none. Runner on first and second. He's out. The side is retired. Another strange inning. A very entertaining inning. No runs, 1 hit. A stolen base, an intentional walk, and 2 left on. So Knowles was lucky with that. And we're heading to the top of the 8th. Senators basically have 2 shots at this. Ron Perinoski came in and faced 2 batters and retired them. Starting his first full inning here, it will be Cullen, Howard, and McMullen. Tim Cullen is the batter. Okay, and he's not much of a hitter. Here's Perinoski. I guess you get it on the other end. Perinoski, the southpaw, though. Pitch to Cullen. 4-8 right-handed. Walked him. So Cullen is on, and he's not bad. Not a bad runner. So Frank Big Man Howard, the tying run at the plate. Look at Howard. 1-4, 1-5, 1-6, 1-8. 1 column, you're frickin' almost dead. I still have not taken my second micro. Here's Perinoski from the stretch with Cullen on first. Big man, the tying run at the plate, and the pitch to Howard. That's 3-7, left-handed, walked him. So Perinoski walks 2 here to start it off. Quite an invitation. Ken McMullen, a good hitter now, 1 for 3. I'm going to take my micro and I'm going to take it now. I got my micro already preloaded. I don't know if you can see it in there. And don't start atting me. I'm not talking to you, Kathy. There's the weed right there. About that this is not clean. I clean that out. My chillums are disposable. I use these for months, weeks, and keep it like this. This is very nice. People get snarky about weed. What strain? You know. You know, there's a better way to do that. These fucking people, you know. Oh, Christ. Ooh, that's tasty. Ooh. Big Frank is going to have to run again. He got doubled up. He did go to third on the base hit, which was kind of fun to watch in the fourth. Yeah, he's going to have to run. He's a 1 to 8. That is the slowest you can be. My God, I didn't know he was that slow. Should have worked on that. I bet you if, as a kid, when I was like 18, I probably would have been something like a 1 to 12. Really running, I was fast. And with some training, I could learn how to run bases good. Maybe they make me a 1 to 10 because of lack of experience. I'm no 1 to 8. I bet you I could run faster than Howard. First and second. Nobody out. McMullen at the plate. Perinoski looks in now. He's ready. And the pitch. That's going to be 2-3. Left-handed. Grounds it to third, forcing Howard. He's not running any mo. Cullen goes to third. And McMullen is safe at first. Very interesting stuff going on in this ballgame. What turned out to be a very neat ball game in the first 3 has reached a layer of complexity, really, starting this in the 7th, really. It's first and third, 1 down, and here's Bernie Allen. Now, Bernie, this is lefty-lefty, my Jesus. Oh, my Jesus. And how good is he? Looks like he's just about the same. Yeah, maybe not quite as good. Oh, Ted Williams. Really going for it here. With Bernie Allen due up, there's gonna be a hitter for Bernie Allen, my Jesus. And coming in to play second base for Bernie Allen will be Hank Allen. And don't confuse him with Hank Aaron. You gotta be careful with that. And so there's gonna be a hitter for Bernie here. And it's not gonna be Hank Allen, is it? Yes, it's gonna be Hank. I was gonna use Brantalia, a 240 hitter, but Hank is a 277 frickin' hitter. And what a Perfect opportunity against the left-hander Perinoski. Here comes Hank Allen, and he'll play second base. He's a 4. 71, Jesus. So you got to take some risks here to win these. This is going to be probably the biggest at bat of this ball game. Unless he pops out, then it's going to be Big Ed Stroud. Here's Hank Allen. He steps in now. McMullen on first, Cullen on third. McMullen, the tying run. Hank Allen, the go-ahead run. Here's Perinoski. And the pitch to Allen. Oh, 1-3, left-handed. Pops it up behind the plate. He just did just that. And Mitterwald makes the catch. And it's going to be up to Ed Stroud here in the 8th. A lefty. And I got to tell you, he can hit him fine. Oh. Big Ed Stroud. Wait a minute. It's Brantalia coming in. Oh, my. Hank Allen playing second base now. Brantalia, the right-handed hitter, will come in and stay in left field. They're using everybody today, just about. Not quite, but Brantalia is the batter. Oh, indeed he is. And it's all up to Brant here in the 8th. He's got some power. Here's Perinoski now. And the pitch to Aaliyah. Whoa, that's 5'9" right-handed. Struck him out. Oh. 2 walks, struck out a batter, and 2 left on. That was a tough loss there. They had 1 out, first and third. And Perinoski, amazing. Got Hank Allen, the pinch hitter, to pop up. Aaliyah, he struck out. And out comes Darryl Knowles, who had his problems in the 7th. If you're looking ahead to the 9th, it's going to be Epstein, Casanova, and we assume a pinch hitter for Knowles. Right now for the Senators, things are shaking up a little. Of course, you have Knowles at the plate. You have Casanova catching now, his second inning catching. In the infield, it's Mike Epstein at first, Hank Allen at second, McMullen at third. Oh no, Kathy Harden, I used Hank Allen twice. Oh. And that happens. And what we're going to have to do, Kathy Harden, is accept it and say, hey, they didn't get any runs anyway, right? And we're just going to ignore all the craziness, all of the madness, and we're going to say this is, in the first place, a fantasy card and dice baseball game. The game is relatively meaningless in the design of each of these teams and any other team. And we're just going to move on. We're just going to move on. So here's Cardenas. I mean, the game is somewhat ruined, but, you know, exactly. You have a good attitude. Yeah. Doesn't matter anyway. I must have brought him in, and he must have played short here. So I'm going to make that. You know what I'm going to do with this? He's already playing short. I got an easy solution. Since he was not available, we're just going to make it, I need another second baseman. I'm going to have Hank Allen play both second and short. I'm just kidding. It's going to be Steve Weller from my imaginary. And just to let you all know, the way we're going to have it for the Senators is it's going to be Mike Epstein at first, Steve Weller at second, Hank Allen at third, which is legitimate, Cullen at short, Aaliyah staying in the game in left, Unser in center, and big man Howard in right. You can't sweat the small stuff. You ain't shitting, and that's a great application of that. And you also, it's all small stuff. I'm not sure I believe that. You know, not sure I believe that. Here's Leo now. And that's it. The game's not ruined, folks. 2-8. And there's a base hit for Leo. His third of the game. Wow, Leo. 3 for 3 on a walk. Here's Mitterwald. Mitterwald tried to bunt in the 6th, and he popped it up. He was lucky. Here's Knowles. That's going to be 6-6. He's got to get him out. And he's through. It's a double down the line. Cardenas goes to third and holds, and Ted Williams is coming out. There'll be a break in the action, folks. It was a nice game while it lasted. I guess it would be a nice... Who's coming up? Quillisi? Okay. Actually, now the game is legitimate. I'm going to bring in Joe Grisenda, a left-hander. And I took a glance at Quillisi there. Joe Grisenda will come in for Knowles. Knowles is no longer eligible for the save here. But it's a 3-1 game. That means Grisenda is eligible if he completes the ball game. And he's pretty good. He's going to face one batter, though, so maybe not. He may... Yeah, he'll face one batter because there's going to be a pinch hitter here. By the way, for those of you wondering, Epstein is due up first, yeah. In the 9th. Be Epstein, Hank Allen, and that's the real Hank Allen, and then a pinch hitter. So Joe Grisenda, the left-hander, is coming in. He's taking his warm-ups. Knowles pitched 1 inning. Boy, he didn't ever seem to be steady. He allowed 3 hits, retired nobody this inning. He walked 1. It was intentional to Oliva. That worked out. And he's responsible for 2. And Grisenda has finished his warm-ups. I'm going to do a micro before the top of the 9th. It's Quillisi stepping in. It's 2nd and 3rd. The infield is in. The Senators are desperate. Infield in, 3-1, Grisenda and the pitch. 5-9, right-handed, fly ball left. That's going to bring another run in. Okay, so you need 2, now you need 3. That's the way that frickin' works. And that'll be charged to Knowles. And here's Green Acres is the one for me. Far living. Da-da-do. God, Perinoski has pitched pretty shitty this inning. Oh, God. Ay. We'll have him hit. We're going to keep our faith in him. Just let him hit. Just let him stay in the game. Perinoski is a 1 WL. We'll need a new pitcher's hitting card. When I was a child or a teen, I'd rush to do this. here what I do is I take my sweet time. It's a process.
And see.
So Peronoski steps in, a 1 WL with 1 out and Mitterwald at second. And this is the test for Grisenda to hold the line. It's 4-1 now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 3-5, and he grounds it to short, holding Mitterwald. 2 outs. And here comes Rick Rennick, 2 for 4. No easy out today. Oh shit, what happened to that post? What the hell happened to that? Hold on. It's okay if it didn't work out. Oh, here it is, yeah. All right. Here's Rennick now. Grisenda trying to keep the Twins in, the Senators in this ball game. It's 2 outs, Mitterwald on second, 1 in. It was 3-1. Now it's 4-1. Here's Grisenda. And the pitch to Rennick. That's going to be 3-8 left-handed. Struck him out. And the side is retired. So Grisenda does his job. He's eligible for the save. 1 run charged to Knowles. It was 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left. And we're heading to the ninth. It's 4-1 Twins. Game has seemed a lot closer than that score would suggest. Ron Peronoski. Oh, Grisenda is not eligible for the save. That's the weed. Peronoski for the save. That's the weed. Oh, Lord. It's funny how I catch it, though. Well, in case you were wondering, for the top of the ninth, it's going to be Shoeboy Mike Epstein, Paul Casanova, and a pinch hitter. And I'm just joking with the Jew boy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm Jewish. Okay, I'm just playing around. Bring a frickin' ship. Send a ship from the United States. Or is that not our job? I say coordinate the UN. International effort with all sorts of countries. Oh, is that delightful? Oh, is that delightful? Lord. Okay, Peronowski is ready for the save here. Top of the ninth, the Senators down by 3. They lost the first game 2-1. Bosman pitched great baseball, but Cott was even better. Let me see what we got going over here. What? They have cooler heads where? Kathy Harden. Where do they have cooler heads? Well, they need some cooler heads. Where do they need cooler heads? Oh, you talking about diplomacy going on? Yes, I have Topher trying to come up. Get back to out to center field. Here's Jew Boy, Mike Epstein coming up to the plate here. But first, I'm taking a hit, and I want to tell you thank you, Kathy. Yeah. Just one? Holy cow! I didn't know that. We just have 1/8 left. Okay. Guess I took it. This is Lost in Space. God. And I'm going to put this in. Oh, does that smell nice? I'm going to put this in my, in a baggie. I don't have any glass or anything. That's okay. Because this was a year ago. You remember when I got that big haul? September 20, 2022. See, this has lasted me over a year. All of this. A 5/8 of an ounce. 7/8 of an ounce, Kathy. Lasted me a frickin' year. That, almost, 11 plus months. That is That says a lot to me, and it's good. 22.9%. I had no idea it was that long. Look how pretty that is. Just like to take a look like this, just for the hell of it. Yeah. Wow. What is this? It's a shield. It has an odor. I want to read this. I can't read it. That's a pretty good transfer. I don't need that thing. I'm going to put in another order for cannabis because I don't like to go too low. Right now I have this, which is my Lost in Space, the last of my 7/8, and this, which is from a friend. This is a lot, you know? It's not like I have to do this tomorrow. But that's all that is left. But that's a really good amount. And when we put it at the back, that means it's from this. If we put it here, front side, whoa, that means it's from this little canister. So we'll put it back as we take a third micro, but this is Lost in Space, people. And that's what does it, the micros. There's something awfully nice about ingesting a different strain, no matter what strain it is, almost. Something about the novelty. Well, let's get back to the game. Top of the ninth, it's Jew Boy Epstein. Mike Jewberg Epstein. I don't blame people for you know, I better not talk about it, Kathy. Oh, that is good. Okay, here's Perinoski. This game has been too wild. The pitch to Epstein. Lefty, lefty. Oh, 6-6 left-handed. Grounds it to first. And it's picked up by Killebrew. He takes it to the bag for the second out. And here comes Paul Casanova. What a wacky lineup it's been today. His first at bat. One out, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Paul. It's almost like the writing's on the wall, Kathy. 3-6, pops it up to second. And under that is Steve Weller. Oh, not Steve Weller, I'm sorry. Quillisi for the second out, and there's going to be one lone pinch hitter. It was a tough game, Kathy. But they were in it for very long. Okay? Moore let up 3 runs. What else can I say? And Boswell pitched very well, and Perinoski is pitching. Now he's pitching well. He didn't pitch well last inning. It's been a great game. I think so. Well, it's going to be Sam Bowens, and I think he's the last hitter. Let me just double check. He's a 193 hitter, but fortunately he's a right-handed. Look at that card. Again, he's worse against lefties. And that's the reason why that is sometimes, not always, is because they're not used to facing left-handers. There's not as many. And they're just simply not as good. We'll see if Bowens is it. I got to see if we use Stroud, we use Bernie, Eddie, not pitchers. French started behind the plate. Lee May played a Treaty of Versailles. Yes. Sam Bowens, and he was on them back in '64, I believe. I could be wrong. I often am wrong. So Sam Bowens, not someone I would ever think of using, comes up here to hit for Grisenda. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, Kathy, well, I don't think you'll notice. I'm going to have to make this somebody else. This was a game, because, you know, I've played so many games, Kathy. It's almost fun, you know what I mean? It's going to be Joe Christopher from the Fucked Up Leagues. Yeah. Using Grisenda's card, who was on the Twins. He shouldn't be pitching for Minnesota. Oh, wait a minute. He's rough for Washington. You see what I'm saying? So we're just going to make this like a nameless player card, and it's Joe Christopher. This was a game where there were too many substitutions, and this is all excruciating to look at. Right here. This basic thing right around here, you know? Just excruciating to look at. But Bowens will come up. Perinoski is the pitcher. There's no doubt about that. He pitched 6-7. He pitched 1 inning. Yeah. Christopher. I can almost knock him out because they're going to win. But Sam Bowens with 2 outs here. Been a tough game for Washington today. When I say tough, I mean they just didn't get the breaks. Very weak at the plate. Even though they've made a lot of noise in the last 3 innings, last 2 innings. Perinoski has retired the FUL. Exactly. Exactly, and they come in handy. And it's rare. This is very rare for me, so, you know, we're playing 1,515 games, people. Give me a frickin' break. Let me bring Joe Christopher in. Let me bring Steve Weller. I miss these guys. They're not quite as good as when they played in the FUL because they're playing against better players here. Steve Weller was Joe Weller's brother, by the way, and he turned out to be a lot better than his brother. Here's Bowens. 2 outs, nobody on. And it's Perinoski in the windup. And there's the pitch. It's going to be a 4-9. This might be the ball game. No, he walked him. Whoa, he walked him. There's hope because it's Unser and Cullen, though. And there's no hitters. I could probably go for a 4-hitting pitcher. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but that would be sort of a... He's a oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. They're all 1s. There's 1-3. So there'd be nobody worth that. It would be, we'd have to bring in someone from the FUL for sure. And I'd pull a real nameless player. So Bowens walks. And Del Unser is the batter here. Now, Kathy Harden, we have a choice here. With 2 outs and Bowens on first, we can go with Unser. Or I can go with, from the FUL, I'm going to pick the greatest of them all, Willie Smith. He's a black dude. He is like in the spirit of a sort of a combination of Aaron and Mays. And he can basically do everything. He's not exactly he's the only thing maybe he isn't is his well, he doesn't steal many bases. Let me put it that way. He's fast. Plays center. Willie Smith, he played for Los Angeles. So who'd you like? We're gonna go with Unser, or are we gonna go with Willie Smith? And if it's Willie Smith, I'm pulling out a card. It's up to you. You want it Unser? I guess there's a delay here. Unser, or I'm gonna let you make the call. You want? She says sounds good. Okay, well she doesn't say. You see? You notice that? She doesn't say. Watch what people don't do. Not just what they do, but what they don't do. And it's a very, very clever move by her. Oh, she wants Willie Smith! Folks, Willie Smith is coming out here. To hit for Unser, and he's a center fielder. How convenient. Let me get him. We're pulling Smith here. And we'll let you know how this was done. It's not easy, people, because you have to go back to your imagination. And it works out. This card is a center field. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Willie Smith coming in to hit. And the thing is, I got to tell you something. Smith is a right-handed hitter. Okay. No, actually, he's a left-handed hitter. Yeah, Smith. I don't know how I thought that. So here's Smith now. From the FUL, with 2 outs, Bowen's on first. Okay, Perinoski from the stretch. The pitch to Smith, his big chance. Oh, 5-7, struck him out. Oh, and the game is over. Oh, Lord my, what a way to end it. And if any of you wondering who this is, and I, by the way, the 4 would be a clean home run, and this would be a clean home run. That's how serious I am. I'm going to have to just go over this and give his real name again. But he had more power than this guy, okay? That was the only difference. I took him out of the 1911 replay and went over his card, a 420 hitter, and Smith fans. So in this replay, it was Willie Smith, and it just goes to show you, Smith struck out. Let me put this back. And it was quite a ball game. And I appreciate from Kathy Harden, appreciate the willingness to, just toss a game, and enjoy a game. Don't sweat the small stuff, people. So we're going to call it a night. We hope you all enjoyed this ball game. I don't think I'm going to stay on for too much longer. I'm going to take it easy. And Kathy Harden, I hope you enjoyed the ball game. It was a great first, I don't know. I guess even here this was exciting. It was great until until they scored another run. My God, there's a lot of people on the Twins. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the Senators. Oh, God almighty. That's going to be it, folks. It was a great game. To me, when I was a kid, I used to play this game. My parents would go on vacation with us. I would take the game. I remember once I had to score it on stationery, hotel stationery. Because I didn't have any score sheets. Somehow I thought maybe they're going to magically appear. I like the Strat-O-Matic score sheets because I'm used to them. This was I forgot to close out the game. Let me do so. I got so excited about the end of the game that I forgot to close it out. So Boswell gets the win. We will count all that as his 11th win. They have won 7 in a row now, Minnesota. Jesus Christ. I don't even need to do any of this for this particular game. Christopher came in, Moore got the loss. I don't keep those stats, so I'm not going to do it. Just try it, see it doesn't matter. 4 runs, 4-1 game. Let's just leave it that way. Sort of a different style. Now I'm going to have some meatloaf with rice, and then I'm going to probably go on Spaces tonight. You all take care. Kathy Harden and everybody else, take care now.